Hello, my friends. Happy Easter. Today is Sunday, April 5th, 2026, and we had an incredible Sunday. If you've been watching these videos or know me, you know that Sunday is probably my favorite day of the week because the inbox does not blow up the way that it usually does throughout the week and even on Saturdays. And when it's a holiday, it's like doubly so. I was actually like able to breathe a little bit today. I ended up going to Barnes and Noble to chill for a little bit and went to Chili's for dinner, and I'm still ahead of the game because we got up at 6 a.m. today. I've been struggling to get up to the alarm as of recent, so I induced the penalty on myself, and the penalty is basically where one of my friends and mentors, I text him the night before and I say, hey, penalty's on for this time, and today it was 6 a.m. and basically if I don't get up and send him a video of me being awake at that time, then I owe him $500, and I don't want to send anyone $500 because I can't wake up to my alarm. So I ended up getting up on time and got right to work on our taxes. It's like you start seeing a little bit of success, and then the freaking IRS comes and it's just like, you know what, screw you, man. Like, you're talking about spending a lot in a workshop and going to an acquisition workshop and spending a lot on your education. Boom, here's a tax bill. Fuck you. That's kind of how it feels. But we're learning our lesson from this year of having to pay a lot in taxes, because I didn't withhold anything. I mean, like when you have a job, you get taxes withheld, and then instead of reporting them, or you still got to report them at the end of the year, but instead of having to just pay multi-five figures, you just pay a little bit, or you get some back. So going into this year, made two big adjustments for the tax plan. Number one is move from LLC to S Corp. So basically, as an LLC, I'm liable to a 15-ish% self-employment tax on like all of the money that we'll make. So like if we have a good year, then automatically an extra 15% of that on top of the regular taxes, to my understanding, is what would happen. And that's like what happened this year because we weren't an S Corp. And then when we are an S Corp, I essentially pay myself a salary and then pay taxes on that salary. And then the rest is considered like a distribution to the owner, and you don't have to pay self-employment tax on it. You still got to pay tax, but not self-employment tax. And then the second play was officially, because like I live in Arizona. If you look at every single video on this channel, we've been in my apartment in Arizona. Well, actually not every single video. I go back home for holidays and occasionally. Where I grew up was in New York and go to my mom's house and my dad's place. But my ID and registration and everything still says I'm a New York resident. So I have to pay New York taxes, which is like, I think 9% was like the bracket or something. I like the numbers that I'm saying, do not quote me on any of the numbers that I'm saying in this video. I want to give general ideas and use figures as a ballpark kind of close thing, so we get an idea of like what I'm talking about. Basically, New York is like 9-10% we have to pay on taxes, on top of the self-employment tax, on top of the federal tax. So you basically just get hit with this like huge bill. And then when you move to Arizona, it's 2.5% no matter what bracket that you're in. So it's much nicer from a tax perspective. So making the move to Arizona and having the S Corp instead of the LLC were the big moves that we're making. And this is probably the day, actually second most motivational day that I'll be like motivated to make these moves. The first most motivational day will be the day when I actually pay the taxes. That being said, again, don't quote me on any of this. I'm not a tax expert. I have a team that handles my taxes and tax strategy for me. I'm just relaying the strategies that they're telling me. So like totally take what I say with a grain of salt. And what I'm about to say next is not something that my tax team advised me on. It's just an idea that I had that I'm going to explore with a travel hacking friend of mine. So my brother and I are planning a trip to Japan later in the year. We were supposed to go last year, and then I like totally went broke and like realized I had no money because I was just spending it left, right, and center. And I was like, we're not doing this. Like, I can't take a week off from the business right now, and I felt so bad. And this time around, I think that I'll be able to cover majority of the trip just with credit card points that I've been building up over the last year or so. And one of my friends was like, yeah, Japan Airlines has these really cool deals when you like hit thresholds of spending. You just might have to open up a new card. So I was thinking I might just freaking pay my taxes with a new credit card or like some of them, and just like hit that bonus. Like basically figure out what the bonus is for the card, pay the taxes in that amount, hit that bonus, and then obviously like wire the rest in for taxes. So you can hit that threshold, get the extra points, and then maybe be able to cover the trip on points. So that could be the move. But that's what I did for taxes. Other thing I did was organize all my whiteboards. So this is now all like built out there. We have our whiteboards in here that are updated. That whiteboard right there has got the new next 2 months worth of tasks on it. That whiteboard right there has got our updated figures. So now it's very much like right here, I just see our critical tasks and then the work that I'm doing on them and like ideas that I get. I try to, when I make intentional time to put the tasks up there, or make intentional time to like do the whiteboards, I'll try and make the board like I'll move stuff up to the top or like way down to the bottom and in the corner, like you can see over there. So that way when it's like middle of the day, spur of the moment, I can just jump in and like just write something super quick. So I did that and then wrote some scripts for a couple clients, just like some one-off stuff that clients request, because clients are freaking awesome and I want to serve them in every way that I can. And then after that, went to Barnes & Noble, went to Chili's, chilled, took a call. Someone who also runs an agency had some questions for me, and that's one thing. Like, I had so many people pour into me and still do to this day when they just absolutely didn't need to. So I try and do that as much as I can, as like a kind of like what goes around comes around kind of thing, but like reverse, because like I came around and I wanted to go back around. So that was my day today. Looks like the laundry just finished up for my bi-weekly laundry run. Actually, you might do it. No, it will be bi-weekly because the next time I'll do it probably right before the trip. Usually I do, personal care things like laundry and haircut right before trip. But today we had some time, so got it done. I didn't get a haircut though. I will get a haircut right before the next trip. It's happening in exactly 2 weeks from now. We'll be like returning. I'll be on a plane back in exactly 2 weeks from now. I actually booked that flight, so we still got to book our flight out. But nonetheless. That's where we're at. We've got our fresh, we got a bunch of new books. We got the Patrick Lencioni one set up we were talking about yesterday. And we got our EOS section right here. Let's go. Thumbnail of the video. Boom. That's what we got. So this has been Sunday, April 5th, 2026. I'll see you tomorrow.